Well, hello and welcome back to the Tao Manifesting Tarot. This is the Tarot of the Times. The official name is the Tao Manifesting Tarot. But this is tarot readings for the times that we live in. It's not going to be flowers and rainbows and lollipops. It's not going to be that. We don't live in those times. We live in historic times. If you take a look at recorded history, this may be the most critical time humanity has faced in 7,000 years. Now, we have a pretty good idea that stuff happened even farther back than that, but there was something at about 7,000 years that ended called the Younger Dryas. And that period, the Younger Dryas, lasted a few thousand years and could very much be the explanation for the flood in the Bible, and flood actually around the world. There are about 250, 300 versions of some sort of flood event around the planet, coming from approximately the same time. So some sort of disaster happened in this period called the Younger Dryas, and then about 11,000 years ago, moving back, there is evidence of some tremendous civilizations that were wiped out because of that catastrophic event, or maybe events that happened in the Younger Dryas. So in recorded history, the last 7,000 years, there has been no more important time for humanity than where we are right now. For the first time in 7,000 years, we have the technology to do what psychopaths have been wanting to do for the 7,000 years. Control all of mankind, make us all slaves. We now have moved into that. This has been something, by the way, that's been going on. If you study, probably a couple hundred years at least, intensively. Well, as we hit the 1900s, things really went into full gear. And it's been all downhill from there. This is the end result. So that's why this tarot reading it's not a light reading. I want to help you manifest by helping you to focus, by helping you to create the pictures in your own mind, the sounds, feel it, touch it, taste it, smell it. That is the single most powerful tool human beings have, which is the reason why we've been dumbed down, we've been made sick, we have been hypnotized by technology, so we stopped thinking for ourselves. In fact, John D. Rockefeller, who was one of the worst people on the planet ever, around 1900, as he was getting ready to shape our school system, which he did, he said, "I want a nation of workers, not thinkers." And that's what he has. So at this point, we have to kind of fight the tide, kind of swim upstream, take responsibility for ourselves, our lives, start to think for ourselves, and that's where the manifesting comes in. My job is to inspire you. So let's begin. We get to these 5 cards. It's all you're going to see on the screen. There's no movement, no jumping around, no animation, no nothing. I want you to focus. Most people close their eyes and simply listen. So the middle card is the card that kind of sets the tone. Again, it's the Oracle card, and today it's Observer. We've had this card back a couple of weeks ago, I think. This is maybe the most important thing that we all have to do right now, and that is observe. And I mean observe, I mean actually see. Pay attention. Understand what you are seeing. Connect with it. It's not simply, oh, look, the parade's passing by. Isn't that nice? No. You dissect the parade. Find out what's in it. That's critical. That will give you a chance, like Dorothy did in The Wizard of Oz, to peek behind the curtain and see the wizard. The psychopathic puppet people who are pulling the strings on all of humanity. But to really take a look behind the curtain, you got to observe. You have to observe. And that's active. Takes us to our meme for today. Compulsive liars, and there are loads of them out in the world right now. Compulsive liars shouldn't frighten you. They can harm no one if no one listens. Compulsive believers, on the other hand, they should terrify you, because these are the ones that enable the liars to lie. So the liars, we know who they are. The believers, they're the immediate upfront enemy. Eventually you got to get to the liars. But the believers are probably as psychopathic as the liars. So, you have to peek behind the curtain. That's the point of this reading. Let's begin all the way to the left. We have the Five of Wands. Wands are positivity, enthusiasm, excitement, gratitude, joy. Five of Wands, however, says, let's stop the bickering, because that's what you're seeing on the card here. Just a lot of fighting and nothing being accomplished, which is what's going on in the world right now. Blacks and whites, men and women. All kinds of issues that are meant to divide us, because there's the expression divide and conquer. If we reach out and observe what's really going on, really take that peek behind the curtain, see clearly who the compulsive liars are, see clearly who the compulsive believers are, now we begin to see things for what they are, and they can't divide us anymore. But until we get to that point, divide and conquer. So that's what the Five of Wands is all about. A lot of noise, a lot of bickering, a lot of fighting, a lot of discord, but not accomplishing a damn thing. Just making noise. Next card over is the Eight of Pentacles. Eights are always kind of a manifesting, and the Eight of Pentacles talks about job satisfaction, progress. It's getting down to the business of figuring out what your true value system is. Not what they tell you, not what you've been programmed to believe, but what you observe for yourself when you peek behind the curtain. I think true value, not the material things that they push at us. A new car, new home, new job, new spouse, new... You don't necessarily make any progress by getting something new. Maybe there's a lesson or lessons to be learned by working through the difficulties that you don't learn by getting something new. Let's just throw it away. Who cares? I'll get a new one. It'll be different. No, it ain't going to be different. You didn't learn the lesson. So you're just going to keep repeating the same thing. You become one of the compulsive believers. True values, in my estimation: joy, love, friendship, health, peace. How much would you pay? How much would you be willing to give up to have true peace in your life? I'll bet you quite a bit. Here's another one. Here's the ultimate one. How about time? You can't get time back. You can lose your health and you can get it back. You can lose your wealth and get it back. You never get back time. I don't give a damn if you're Rothschilds Plus. They're supposedly worth many trillions of dollars. They can't buy an ounce of time. Not one more minute. Not one more minute. So when you're looking at the possibilities, simplistically, what's more valuable, time or money? We give up our time. We keep jobs for 40, 50 years, come out the other end broken, tired, miserable, unhappy, disgruntled, and then probably live, if we're lucky, another 10 years after we retire. It's kind of a bad deal. We give up our lives for money to keep them rich and in power. Not really a good deal. So that's what needs to be adjusted, your sense of values. Okay, that's what the Eight of Pentacles is all about, because you're tired of the Five of Wands energy. You're tired of the bickering, the pointless fighting, the arguing. What the hell does it matter? What does it make a difference in a positive way? It doesn't. So I got to change my value system. Next card is the Lovers. That's an important card at this point because it's relationships, it's communication, it's union, it's harmony. It's not finding the differences as much as what unites us. And we do that on an individual basis as well. What would it take to unite our mind, our body, and our spirit? That's a powerful combination. That's the Trinity, mind, body, spirit. Can we do that? Well, if we observe, if we look behind the curtain, we'll get our help. And the final card here is the Eight of Wands. Again, the Wands, positivity, enthusiasm, joy, excitement. And the Eight of Wands talks about things speeding up, movement. It's time for you to get actively involved in looking behind the curtain. Don't be one of those compulsive believers. Think for yourself. Take responsibility for your life. Otherwise, they're going to take your life away. You see it already. And if you refuse to see it, observe. Peek behind the curtain and look at the wizard. That's the reading for today. Back again tomorrow with another Tao Manifested reading. Between now and the next time you and I get together, peace and blessings.